You don't announce when you're done with someone. You just change the temperature. Your access narrows, and what used to be easy suddenly requires effort. Nothing is said, but everything is felt. And the moment you notice the shift, the relationship has already changed. Now, Jacob wasn't told to leave with thunder. There was no dramatic confrontation. The authorities or security was not called. What changed first was the atmosphere. Scripture says Jacob noticed that Laban's attitude towards him was no longer the same. Not hostile at first, just off. Cold where it used to be warm, suspicious where it used to be trusting, restrictive where it used to be generous. That was the first discomfort. Jacob had been faithful. He worked very hard. He prospered, and the very success God gave him became the reason the environment at Laban's house shifted. Laban didn't confront Jacob. He adjusted the terms. Wages were changed. Agreements were rewritten. Favor was replaced with control. What used to be partnership quietly became exploitation. And Jacob felt it, not as a single event, but as a slow erosion of Jacob's peace. That's often how God signals a transition, not through catastrophe, but through discomfort that won't go away. Jacob was still productive, still effective, still increasing, but he was no longer honored. Then came the deeper shift. Jacob heard that Laban's sons were talking. They were whispering, counting, resenting. What once was celebrated was now scrutinized. What once was trusted was now questioned. This is a critical leadership lesson. When the people around authority begin resenting what God is blessing through you, your season just might be changing. And when God spoke plainly, return to the land of your fathers, and I'll be with you. Notice what God did not say. He did not say, fight for your position. He did not say, prove your value. He did not say, renegotiate. He said, leave. Because Jacob's discomfort wasn't punishment. It was protection. God was removing Jacob before his spirit became bitter, before his integrity was compromised, before his assignment was reduced to survival. Laban changed because seasons change. What once served God's purpose became a limitation. What once covered Jacob could no longer contain him. And here is something we must know. Laban didn't suddenly become evil. He became threatened. Jacob's growth exposed Laban's insecurity. Jacob's blessing disrupted Laban's control. Jacob's future no longer fit inside Laban's system. So God didn't wait for it to turn abusive. He removed Jacob while he still had clarity. And that's the lesson. Sometimes God tells leaders to leave, not because they failed, but because they've outgrown the environment. Sometimes the discomfort is the signal. The changing tone is the warning. The loss of favor is the confirmation. And when God says leave, it's not rejection, it's redirection. Jacob left quietly with his family, with his increase, with his integrity intact. Because wise leaders don't wait for hostility to become harm. They discern the shift and move when God says now. Now, my goal is always to empower, to educate, and to elevate. God bless you.